Get a sketch of the target. T122. Okay, yeah, feels like. And then. Yeah, this feels wet. Wet. There might be some water here. Yeah, it sounds like whoosh. This feels like a structure. And it feels yellowish, white, tan, almost golden, you know. It's very bright. There's brightness to it. It feels solid and dense. Yeah, it feels natural. Yeah. Eroded, yellow, bright, outdoor, natural, and it feels like people travel here. Like people travel to see this site, this historical. It feels like a historical site. Yeah. Tangibles. And this feels like outdoor, maybe. Like, feels like, you know, might be outdoor. Yeah, it's like a memorial. Something to do with the past, remembering. Feels like there might be like people moving around here. Like, you know, people around here. Yeah, it feels like they're looking at something. People are around here, moving around, you know, busy, but then people are coming up to these, they're focused on these, it feels like, and it's like there's names on here, and people are standing here, and it feels like they're picking names off a list, maybe. Like, I see this hand, and it's like picking a name. Feels like this is serious. Feels like there's death involved. Might have to do with like a memorial. Like, these people are like viewing. It's emotional. Something to do with a loss. And it feels like, you know, people are lost. People were lost. Like, this might have to do with like war. like a war memorial. Like, memories, has to do with memories. And something about this target is like not used anymore or something like that. Like something about it is about the past. Something about it is like past. Like maybe it's like remembering the past. Because that's what it feels like. It has a lot to do with memories. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, it feels like life. Feels like male. They aim and direct. Structure, object, over distance. And yeah, it feels directed. And it feels like it impacts, hits, and life. Yeah, inside a structure or area. And yeah, this causes panic and fear. Yeah, there may even be detriments. Yeah, it feels calculated. Yeah, it feels performed publicly. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a man-made structure object. And yeah, it does feel aimed towards life. Yeah. So I have the AOL here. You know, like a shooting event or something. Some kind of structure, man-made structure, which is moving along some kind of path or paths. And it feels like they're trying to get to some kind of endpoint, a goal or an endpoint. And it feels like it has something to do with the point of origin. Yeah, like maybe where they started or something like this, or back to an original point. It feels planned, it feels coordinated. It feels like something unexpected may happen. Yeah, you know, it feels like at some point there's emotion and something may happen suddenly. Yeah, kind of like unexpectedly. Yeah. Not sure, but it feels like it has emotion, or it's like a moment. It feels like something happens when this motion is coming. Something happens. And this causes like a stillness or, you know, a reaction. It causes a reaction. Okay, this is A. Feels like life. Yeah, they feel like they aim and direct a structure. Which feels like, yeah, it feels like into some type of end or area, structure. Yeah, and it almost feels like an impact. Yeah, it feels energetic. It feels sudden. And this feels like a moment. Yeah, this feels like sudden or, you know, unexpected. Surprised. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like energy, almost like an impact. So we got this structure, feels red, black, shiny, yellow, white. Yeah. Yeah, and then something happens. I don't know. Yeah, it almost feels like an impact. So I have the AOL here, like a crash or something. Feels like there's a life aiming and directing a structure and it feels like it reaches into an end, or impacts maybe into another structure or something, and it feels sudden. Feels like a structure, and it feels reddish, brown, yellow, white. It feels banded. Yeah, I see like stripes, linear bands. It feels rough. It feels irregular. Yeah, it does feel like it rises up, at some parts. High up at some points. Yeah, rounded, smooth, worn. Yeah, it's old. Yeah, maybe eroded. Yeah, it does feel like that. But then also I get this, linear. Yeah, layers. Old. Yeah, it feels like geography. Yeah, it feels like some kind of older structure. Brown, yellow, banded, yellow, white. Yeah, it feels like I can see some kind of yellow, white bands on here. And it's rough, it's irregular, it rises up high, and has some rounded, smooth type parts to it. Yeah, it feels worn, old, possibly like eroded, that type of feel to it. And it feels like layers, there's layers to this. Possibly something to do with geography, like feels like it could be stone, a natural stone formation, this part.